Dear friend, if you have a fatty liver, you are going to love this new system that naturally dissolves liver fat, lessens fatigue, relieves muscle pain, and helps you finally lose those extra pounds. First though, some bad news. Nearly 2 billion people worldwide have a condition known as fatty liver disease, and the scary part is that most of them have no idea they have it. A fatty liver takes years off your life. Even worse, it damages your quality of life by making you overweight and bloated, prematurely aging your skin and body, and forcing you to live with unnecessary pain and fatigue. In fact, it's become the #1 health condition on the planet, and it's getting worse every day, affecting nearly a third of all adults. But I promise, there's a good chance you can do something about it, even if you were told otherwise. That's because around 80% of all fatty liver cases are reversible when you know what to do. Follow the right program, and you may be able to naturally heal your body and significantly reduce your symptoms, just like I did. Do you have any of these symptoms? Statistics say if you live in the US or Canada, there's a 1 in 3 chance you have fatty liver, even if you were never formally diagnosed. If you experience any of these risk factors, your liver is literally crying for help. You have extra weight on your belly, thighs, or hips. You have high cholesterol. You feel tired and sluggish. You have mental fog and trouble focusing your attention. Your vision is blurry or sensitive to light. Your back or right side are constantly sore. You have diarrhea or irregular bowel movements. You were diagnosed with Syndrome X or heart disease. You have dark or brown urine. You have insulin resistance or diabetes. You have trouble consuming alcohol. Your eyes or skin seem to have a yellowish tinge. If you answered yes to any of the above, and you are over age 45, there's a higher than average chance you have fatty liver, which means this page was specifically written for you. Don't ignore your liver. If you ignore liver problems, you risk making your condition worse, and increase your chance of getting something even more unwelcome down the road, like cirrhosis, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, even liver cancer. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is serious, and you really want to take care of your liver, especially if you are overweight or have any physical pain. I didn't figure out what was happening to me until after many months, and to be honest, it almost killed me. Liver issues are not something you want to brush aside or leave till later. And believe me, they're not going to fix themselves. You must take immediate action, because quite honestly, you may be living on borrowed time. The truth about fatty liver is the fastest growing medical condition in the world right now, even bigger than diabetes, which is pretty staggering. It affects nearly 1/3 of all men and women, and can be found wherever there is an abundance of junk food, stress, a sedentary lifestyle, and people living in a toxic environment. That's scary, because the liver is considered by many to be one of the most important organs in your entire body. It filters and eliminates toxins like alcohol, pollution, preservatives, and chemicals from your blood, acting like a giant filter, keeping the inner workings of your body clean and pure. That you probably know. But you might not realize everything else your liver does, and how critical it is to your well-being, health, even your looks. It metabolizes fats, carbohydrates, and proteins and keeps your weight stable. It regulates hormones that affect your happiness, energy, and emotional stability. It keeps your skin and eyes healthy, vibrant, and young. It stabilizes your blood sugar and cholesterol levels. It produces bile and bilirubin, aiding your digestion and elimination. And that's just the short list. Your liver performs over 400 different functions, which it normally does great, but there's a kicker, and that's when the fat content goes above 5% and it turns into fatty liver disease. At that point, your body starts to go haywire and you experience such a long list of seemingly unrelated ailments, it's hard to imagine they're all being caused by the same thing. I'll say that again because it's very important. When the fat content of your liver gets over 5%, and many people are up in the 10% to 15% range, it stops working correctly, and you end up with a ton of health issues you can no longer ignore. Vision problems, baggy eyes, fatigue, inflammation, insomnia, belly fat, joint pain, abdominal cramps, and brittle hair, to name just a few. All are symptoms of an unhealthy liver that's literally clogged up with fat. How do people get fatty liver? There are multiple reasons so many people are getting fatty liver, but the biggest by far has to do with our modern-day, over-processed, preservative-filled diet. Food these days is cheap and convenient, but like your parents probably taught you, you get what you pay for. You might save some money today, but the cost down the line is a poisoned liver, overloaded with fat, sugar, alcohol, and processed junk, not to mention additives, pesticides, and chemical preservatives. Now pay attention, because when the liver becomes poisoned, two very bad things happen. 1. Your body starts storing fat. If you've been wondering why you are gaining weight all of a sudden, a likely culprit is a fatty liver, which throws your blood sugar out of whack, and puts you at risk for inflammation, insulin resistance, and diabetes. 2. Your blood becomes toxic. When toxic blood travels to your other organs, heart, lungs, skin, and especially your brain, it poisons your entire body. That explains the mental fog, skin issues, high cholesterol, joint pain, clogged arteries, and frequent headaches you may be experiencing. If any of those things are happening to you, consider it a wake-up call to finally do something about it, and an opportunity to get healthy. Is there a cure for fatty liver? You may have heard there's no official cure for fatty liver. That's what my doctor told me. But I assure you, in many cases, there is a safe and reliable way to reverse it, and heal your body at the same time. I should know, because I did it myself, 100% naturally, without the need for any drugs or expensive doctor's visits or starving myself on the latest fad diet. And that long list of symptoms? They just disappear once you restore your liver function. Liver fat naturally dissolves and is safely flushed out of your body, along with the chance that you'll contract something serious like cirrhosis or liver cancer. Belly fat, love handles, and thighs shrink as your liver function and hormone levels return to their normal state when liver fat is expelled. Your skin gets softer and blemishes begin to clear up. You may find yourself looking years younger because there are no poisons irritating your skin. If you suffer from eczema, psoriasis, or dermatitis, it may completely dissipate on its own when your liver gets healthy. You will likely experience greater focus and concentration because your brain isn't filled with toxic, acidic blood. You'll be more alert and think clearer. Some people even believe a healthy liver makes you more intelligent. I sure do. Vision improves and you see more clearly, especially in low light, easier to drive at night. Colors become more vibrant, and if you wear glasses, you may not need as strong a prescription. Many people sleep better, without drugs or constantly waking up. Start each morning well rested and ready to make every day count. Because your liver helps with digestion, stomach and bowel problems are often reduced. Fats, sugars, and toxins are quickly eliminated via your healthy digestive system, while important nutrients and minerals are absorbed to help your body thrive. You might find yourself snapping out of depression and anger faster. Many people swear those feelings just melt away. Mood swings and stress may be significantly reduced as well. And of course there are many improvements you can't see, but you know are happening nonetheless. You add years to your life, perhaps even decades. You reduce your chance of a heart attack, cirrhosis, stroke, or cancer. You decrease the likelihood of other major illnesses, like diabetes, arthritis, or digestive problems. It's really important for you to figure this all out as soon as possible because your doctor probably won't be much help. Like I said before, the official story is that there's no cure for fatty liver disease, which means you won't get much help or sympathy from your doctor. In fact, 1. They might even blame you for your condition. When it comes to fatty liver, diabetes, heart problems, and weight issues, many doctors blame the patient, saying they have no self-control or they don't exercise enough. The fact is though, most doctors refuse to admit how toxic our world has become, or how difficult it is to know which foods are actually healthy with all the conflicting information out there. 2. Misdiagnosis is common. The symptoms and physical ailments caused by fatty liver are so widespread and can appear so unrelated that your doctor may try to treat your symptoms just to move you through the system and out of their office. This could actually make you much worse because any drug they prescribe is just one more toxin your already struggling liver has to deal with. 3. The information you receive is generic and useless. That's what happened with me. My doctor kind of shrugged his shoulders after diagnosing me and handed me a photocopied pamphlet with generic info that wasn't even specific to my condition. There was nothing about how I got it or how to get rid of it. How I naturally reversed my fatty liver. My name is Susan Peters. I'm an author, internet researcher, and health advocate. In 2015, I was personally diagnosed with fatty liver, which quite frankly shocked me. I was never what you would consider fat. I always assumed my diet was good, and that my liver was healthy, but it turns out, I was wrong. One morning, I woke up with a weird pain in my abdomen. I thought maybe I pulled a muscle working in the garden. I tried to ignore it, but over the next month, it got more inflamed and the pain spread to my shoulder. At that point, everything just seemed to snowball. I had trouble sleeping, which made me tired and fatigued, and I started calling in sick because I couldn't concentrate while I was at work. Then the weight gain started, and before I knew it, I was up a whopping 31 pounds. I felt slow and bloated all the time, like my food wasn't digesting. None of my clothes fit anymore, which made me depressed. Even worse, my skin broke out like when I was a teenager, and I started getting rashes on my hand, which I found out later were a form of low-grade eczema. I knew something was wrong, because I had honestly never felt so bad in my life. But when I went in to see my doctor, he couldn't figure it out either. I ended up going through a battery of blood tests, x-rays, examinations, and a very expensive CT scan to finally get to the bottom of it. The main types of fatty liver disease. There are 3 main types of fatty liver disease people get. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease (NAFLD), also known as simple fatty liver disease. NAFLD is the most common, and is probably what you have. It's primarily caused by diet and exposure to environmental toxins like pollution and pesticides. Alcoholic fatty liver disease (AFLD). AFLD is mainly from drinking too much alcohol, which literally kills your liver and replaces healthy cells with fatty deposits. Non-alcoholic steatosis (NASH). This is the most serious form of fatty liver, because it means some scarring has already occurred. It's what I was diagnosed with. Left untreated, it can quickly turn into deadly cirrhosis and even liver cancer, so my doctor wasn't kidding when he said it could kill me. Nearly 1/3 of the world's population is affected by at least one of these, which means there's a very good chance you have fatty liver, even if you were never formally diagnosed. The good news is that in many cases, fatty liver is a reversible condition, if you take care of it early. Taking my health into my own hands. I begged my doctor for help, but instead of giving me a treatment plan that would reverse the damage, or telling me how to start supporting my liver, he literally told me there was nothing he could do. He offered to put me on medication, but admitted there were side effects. Plus it would only help my symptoms, and not the root cause of the problem. I don't know about you, but I'm too young to just give up hope. I have a family that depends on me, and the thought of suffering from painful liver disease was simply too much. So I decided to take my health into my own hands and do something about it before it was too late and my liver was permanently damaged. How I lost 31 pounds, ended my fatigue, and relieved my pain and suffering. I devoted the last few years to figuring out exactly why people get fatty liver and how to treat it naturally, without any dangerous or expensive drugs. I interviewed patients, doctors, and specialists. I studied liver function and nutrition. And since I really had nothing to lose, I used myself as a test subject and tried every diet, cleanse, detox, supplement, and technique that seemed like it might actually work. And the good news is, in spite of what my doctor told me, I discovered a very specific dietary program that thousands of people were already using to successfully treat their fatty liver. It's safe, and also extremely effective, because it deals with the root cause of the problem instead of just the symptoms. But that wasn't all I learned. Why you should always take a 7-cent enzyme supplement before every meal if you have fatty liver. You'll digest your food up to 100% better, burn more carbs, and help your body absorb the wholesome nutrients. An inexpensive and organic detox beverage that protects your liver, helps purify your blood, and ends your fatigue. Burns fat too, which is a plus. How to safely cleanse and naturally flush contaminants from your liver. This hits the reset button on your health and helps you feel and look better quickly. How big food companies create products that are more addictive than drugs, and then profit you when you get sick. And how to protect yourself. A little known supplement to take on cheat days, or whenever you break your diet, that helps your liver dissolve processed food so your body can safely eliminate it. How to save hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year on all the medications and drugs you won't have to buy anymore when you finally fix your liver. Is your sunscreen poisoning you? Many contain chemicals that can harm your liver and body. There are only 2 types you ever want to use, and thankfully, they also protect you the best. As for my doctor, the next time I saw him, he was shocked since not all his patients recover from liver problems like I did. He said it looked like I would be one of the lucky ones, but I knew better. Luck had nothing to do with it. It was about me figuring out how to reverse my condition when my doctor couldn't help. It was discovering the truth about why people get fatty liver, and ultimately, how to get rid of it. Depending on what's wrong with you and how advanced your condition is, there's a very good chance you can heal yourself like I did. You can almost certainly lessen your pain, and possibly have a complete recovery. Many people start feeling better in 2 to 4 weeks after following the steps I did. That's because the liver is one of the few organs able to regenerate itself and naturally reverse damage from your past. When you understand how it works, you can get back to having a normal life again, without drugs or fatigue or any of the painful complications that fatty liver brings. Since I began this journey, I've met hundreds of other people who achieved the same thing. Reverse Your Fatty Liver program. Over the past few years, I've studied fatty liver intently, why people get it, and how they can get rid of it. I was even able to reverse my own condition. I was surprised there was nothing available to help people who have this, especially since it's so widespread. So I took everything I learned, and with my friend and co-author Jonathan Meisel, we released an easy-to-follow program called Reverse Your Fatty Liver. If you have any of those symptoms and want to experience relief, you will want to try this for yourself, because I believe it's the best program on the market. Here's what you will discover. How to specifically deal with all 3 types of fatty liver: non-alcoholic fatty liver disease (NAFLD), alcoholic fatty liver disease (AFLD), and non-alcoholic steatohepatitis (NASH). The best fatty liver diet, and why what you eat is way more important than exercise when it comes to fixing your body and losing weight. 17 environmental toxins that lurk around your home and workplace, that are probably poisoning your liver on a daily basis without your knowledge. If anyone tells you people with fatty liver need to avoid eating fat, they don't know what they're talking about. You actually need to eat a very specific type of fat, and I recommend you do it every single day. A list of foods you never want to eat because they poison your body, make you acidic, encourage inflammation, and cause you to store fat in your liver and your belly. Some of these are so-called health foods. The amazing 7-day liver detox plan that includes exactly what to eat to clean out your liver, purify your blood and body, and jump-start your weight loss. 3 powerful herbs that are inexpensive but incredibly effective when it comes to healing a compromised liver. These have been used for thousands of years, and unlike pharmaceuticals, they have very few side effects. The incredible meal replacement drink that tastes great and flushes fat from your system, helping to regenerate healthy tissue. I drink one almost every day. There are hundreds of different vitamins, minerals, and supplements for liver function, but only 14 are proven by science to actually work for fatty liver. Get the list. Many people know probiotics are important, but there's only one kind we recommend for people with liver issues. How to replace chemicals, cleaners, and poisons from around your house with natural alternatives that actually work better and won't harm your liver. You'll learn all that and more in the Reverse Your Fatty Liver program. When you get it, you will finally understand how to fix the root cause of your sick liver. Please don't spend your hard-earned money on pain medication, sleeping pills, energy drinks, skin creams, or anything else to feel better. You aren't fixing the cause, you are simply dealing with the symptoms. Your liver will keep getting worse, and you will need to take greater and greater doses just to get relief. I should know. I spent thousands of dollars to cover up my problems since I didn't understand why they were happening in the first place. It was only when I discovered the truth, how it occurs and how to naturally eliminate it, that I was able to get lasting relief, and finally feel like my old self again. If I can do it, anyone can. Listen, I don't have super willpower or extra strength or anything special like that. All I had was a genuine desire to feel better and get back to my old life again. If you sincerely want that too, this program was created specifically for you. It can help you improve your health across the board. You'll look better and feel better and possibly add years to your life. In fact, there's zero downside to getting this taken care of, especially if you have any of the symptoms listed above. That's what this program shows you how to do. But don't take it from me,